I see it everywhere I go. I pull into these nice free campsites. In Canada, we have Crown Land, and in the States, there's BLM. But I pull in, and they are just completely trashed. These fully grown ding-dongs come out to have a good time, and they leave it looking like a garbage dump. Just no foresight that other people might want to enjoy the spot, or like even for themselves. Like, what if they want to come out again? These so-called adults who their mothers have a lifetime job of looking after them. I've heard some people try to blame iOverlander for it, but I see no connection with that. I've been traveling long before that app even existed, and I've seen the same situation over and over again. As far as I'm concerned, it's just like local people who come out to have a party. It's not hard to find these spots. You don't need GPS. Just like drive down a back road and you'll eventually come to something. But like I said, I see it everywhere I go. It just hits me harder here in Alberta and also in BC around the Rocky Mountains. Like, as far as I'm concerned, you get into these mountains and it's the best wilderness experience that North America has to offer. And like, how can you not feel the need to respect it and take care of it? Like, how can these people not know how lucky they are to have all this right here? Well, I guess it's one thing to complain about stuff on the internet and another to actually do something about it. So today, Foresty Force accepts the role of being mother of all the ding-dongs. I got to make my way to Canmore, so I'll just clean up as much as I can along the way. Well, hopefully the next people to come are greeted with a much better feeling than what I had, and take care of the place as well. Let's get out of here. So I started making my way south, and I stopped in at a few more campsites to see if they needed cleaning up, but they were all good. So I made my way to Canmore to drop off the trash, and I had some mail to pick up as well. Some new front shocks for the van. I've needed these for quite a while. The Skyjacker Nitro 8000 sound like something straight off The Simpsons. I don't know. Quigley told me that I needed custom front shocks for this, and this is just what they send you. There was a time when I would have just went behind the grocery store and tried to install these myself, but I'm going to take it into a shop and let them do it. One, because I also need an oil change, and two, because the front brake pads are still rattling after all this time, and I'm sick of trying to fix it myself, so let them look at it. Maybe the grooves on the calipers have just been hammered out by all the vibrations on the back roads that I do, but we'll see what the professionals have to say. Maybe they can fix them or replace them. We'll have to see. When I'm hiking with Rocco out in the wilderness, we go fast and cover a lot of distance, but in town, it's a completely different story. She just gets completely overwhelmed by how much there is to sniff, and it's a real struggle to get anywhere. So they replaced the shocks, and they also put in brand new calipers. I didn't really get an explanation what was happening, just that they were worn out, but I had it backwards. Like, it's the pads that have the groove in them, and the caliper has a ledge, but you can see now the pad is in there perfectly snug, whereas before it would jiggle up and down by a 1/4 inch, so I don't know how that got hammered out so far. So I'm back in BC for a visit. That last video was probably the hardest thing I ever decided to post on the internet, so thank you guys for being supportive once again. I just thought it might be interesting to show a glimpse behind the scenes of how much I struggle to talk on camera sometimes. I've been like that since day one, of making videos, and even this right now, I had to rehearse it, and this is definitely not the first cut, but I am back in BC for a visit. I was going to stay in Alberta for a hike, but the weather was looking rainy, so I came back here. It's smokier, it's not exactly good for a summit, so I got a different idea for a project to work on instead. So I've had this idea for a project to clear a path to a certain 11,000 foot mountain here in the Rockies. The standard route, it goes up on this ridgeline. It weaves back and forth, it goes up and down, it's super grueling, and I think it takes like 3 days. And the reason people do that is because the direct bushwhacking option is far worse, and nobody wants to do that. So I'm just I'm curious to see if it's going to be possible to clear a direct route. Then, I mean, I think you could do this mountain in a day. I'm seeing some fresh spray paint and flagging tape out here right now. Well, this is really interesting. There's a brand new footpath cut through the forest. This did not exist last year, and it seems to follow a nice level grade up the side of this slope. So they're planning out a roadbed so they can come cut down all these trees. And I don't see any signs of tree stumps in the area, so looks like an old growth forest, the BC original. Soak it in, soak it all in. This is the last time it's gonna look like this for quite a while. Well, this might actually help me. I'll try to follow this to the end of it. Maybe I can piggyback my trail onto it. I didn't want to say at first what mountain this was in case the whole idea was going to be a flop, but it's Mount Alexandra, and this trail is going way up the valley. I got sad news for everyone who did a summit last year. This could pretty much be a drive up very soon. I'll just keep going. The flagging tape just keeps going on and on through the forest, but the trail building effort has ended. I gotta think this over. Yeah, this flagging tape just keeps going and going. It could easily go another 3 kilometers all the way to the back of this valley, so it doesn't really make sense for me to clear a little path with my chainsaw if they're just gonna bring all their heavy equipment out here and bulldoze a path. We'll have to throw this idea on the back burner, eh, Rucko? Yeah, next time I'm here, I could be driving my van right through this location. Rest in peace to all these trees, this whole forest. It's all gonna be gone. Well, it was kind of a long drive to get all the way up here, so I feel like I should stick around, find something else to do with my time, rather than burning a bunch more gas to get to a new location. This is also the same area where Cerberus Falls is, and I remember the trail was in kind of rough shape, so I'll head up there, do some maintenance on that instead. And it's also a really fun 4x4 rip to reach the trailhead, and I didn't really show it in great detail last time, so let's do that. Well, that kind of rattled me. Glad I managed to reverse out of that. I just sunk into those stones in the middle there. They're all poofed up. But I mean, I got a big heavy van with pizza cutters on it. Flotation has never been a strong point. I mean, maybe if I really drop the tire pressure, I can get through it, but there's nothing good on the other end to winch onto. This has gotten a lot deeper. Last time we were here, my friends actually drove a Toyota Corolla right through this. But I think I'm gonna play it safe. I mean, this is first thing in the morning. I bet you by afternoon, those stones in the middle are going to be underwater. I gotta go find something else to do. Well, hopefully third time's a charm. I'll head up this Chatter Creek Road, take a look. This is my last chance, all I have enough gas left for. I could see a backcountry ski lodge labeled on the map. I didn't know it was going to be that big of an operation. The owner came out, he was just curious to know what I was up to, and he said, there's a ton of grizzly bears up this road. I'm already seeing these huge piles of purple colored grizzly poop, which can only mean one thing. There's a feast of huckleberries happening up here, and I gotta find some for myself. Whoa! This whole forest is filled to the brim with huckleberries. I've hit the mother lode. This hike might be in jeopardy. I'm gonna try for Stovepipe Mountain today. I got no beta on it. Just saw it on the map. Looked like fun. Well, this is kind of awful. There's just a layer of loose rock and mud on top of the glacier. I think I need to get over there onto like the bare glacier. I was worried about this last part being too steep, and it is. It's definitely right on the edge, but I'll see what I can do. It's just a matter of weaving my way up through all these broken ledges. I got a good feeling we're gonna end this video with a success. Yeah, this whole area is just the ultimate mountaineering playground in the Rockies. You can actually see Star Mountain over there, King Edward and Columbia, Mount Bryce. If it wasn't so smoky, we could see the Lyells, Alexandra, and Mount Forbes in that direction. Just what an amazing place. I wanted to drive most of the way down the bush road tonight before all the logging trucks get started again tomorrow morning. I got a radio, but it also helps to time it correctly when you travel. Interesting coin sitting there. But I like this wreck site. It's a good one. Nobody here tonight, just Rocco and myself. All these beautiful giant cedar trees. It's a good spot. If you're wondering if I skipped a summit on the counter, there's a scrapped episode, and I put the footage up on the Morrissey Forest channel if you want to see it. But I really want to wrap up this video with some cooking. I just didn't realize how dire the situation was in my fridge right now, so we'll have to postpone that to the next episode. But what else did we learn? Sometimes it's just best to take your vehicle into the shop and let the professionals handle it. I always had great success with the Uplander. Whenever it needed maintenance or parts replaced, I always got it done on my own, no problem. But with this van, just seems really finicky, and it's easy for things to go sideways. But yeah, I think that's the end of another episode. I hope everyone is doing well and enjoying their summer, and I will see you in the next one, wherever that is.